Good morning. I'm Victoria Savage, Nurse Savage, on your side, your wisdom guided oracle, and we're having coffee. As you can see, my beautiful Ruidoso mug. I was there 6 years ago and had a lovely visit with my beautiful friend and mentor, Ane. I'm going to have a sip of that. Had a little bit already, gone out, set the water, came in to set up this video. And as usual, things take a little bit of time. But man, the information that wanted to come through, there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11 cards that wanted to bring you this information. I didn't really know what was going to be the message. I never know. But when it came in, it was 20 minutes ago. And it came through a post someone made on YouTube about a really mean comment someone had left them. And Mel Robbins, I think it was. I could be wrong. Good morning, Julia, that wrote the book Let Them, here not too long ago. And that's really the answer that came through, the response. People are always reacting, responding. Responding generally means that you've contemplated, you've contemplated what you wanted to say. Oh, I wanted to look at Julia. Julia is the one that will often send me beautiful feathers, and these are one of my favorite pairs. I probably am not going to sell these. I really like this set. April, good to see you. And so people respond out of their pain. They react, they lash out from their pain. And it is really important for us now because, the message that keeps coming through is you do you. You work you take care of you monitor what you need, want, desire, choose. And then the world gets on, and the energy you're sharing in that world is much higher vibe, more healing, more effective in what you wanted to do. But when we allow the others, great morning, Susan. Did some work on you this morning, Susan, just so you know. But when you allow the opinions of others to guide you, you're missing a lot in what you came to do. What happens then is we are trying to mold ourselves, and you're looking at someone who was the best chameleon ever. Everyone's opinion. It used to be, and this is so sad, but this is the truth. If someone commented, removed a post because I shared it with the group and it wasn't allowed, oh my God, how I felt was like someone had just given me, a punch across the jaw or in the gut. It was like, oh my God, I did something wrong. I didn't fit their mold. We can't fit the mold of others. So it is really vital that you let them be who they are. And if they are someone that attacks you, that doesn't raise your vibe, and especially if it's someone in your immediate circle, let them go. And I titled this, let them, or FUCK them. My young man in Pakistan that does some of my video editing, he doesn't like it when I use that word. He is such a sweet soul. But that's the truth. That's really the energy you want to come through with on your own behalf. Let them do what is appropriate for you. That does not mean, let them do what is appropriate for them. That does not mean it's appropriate for you. If it hits you like a sucker punch, you want to take a deep breath, step back, glean from it what you can, learn from it, and let it go, and possibly let them go. So, Wild Woman Rising came through with 4 cards this time. The first one is use your cunning. And what that means is really tap into your own knowingness, your intuition, your inner guide, because this is where you will decide whether or not something resonates with you or not. And it is so important that we keep now choosing to walk forward with only that which resonates, that which we feel comfortable with inside us. And it really is the learning to trust yourself process. And that's something we're not taught, something we really want to really begin to resonate. Oh, good. Yeah, Julie lives on this beautiful little creek. She calls it a creek. I would call it a river, a small river. And she finds lots of feathers, and I get to be the receiver. I brought my feathers out last night. We're making what I thought were going to be chokers, but the leather I got isn't going to work. So several of them are turned into earrings. It is that creative process that is for us so healing. It does not matter what you're creating, but I digress. So use your cunning, tap into your inner self. If something really hurts that you have received from somebody, ask why. Oh, this one's perfect. Ask why and then go inward. This card, know yourself. That is also a translation, can be trust yourself. Look how green it is. What that is healing energy. Knowing yourself can heal a multitude of wounds that you have received. Mickey, good morning. It's nice to see you. Nikki, thank you for joining me today. Knowing yourself, that's part of that, learning to trust yourself. And the knowing yourself helps you to begin to accept you as okay. Most of us are walking through this world going, there's something wrong with me. I need to be different. I've got to fit into this mold. I'm not enough. I need to be more perfect something. So what is this? Oh, this is the Good Tarot, the Four of Earth. Oh, and this is a gorgeous card. Very much that softness, that gentleness that Mother Earth is telling you to get out and enjoy me some. Get out, breathe in that earth air, that energy that Mother Earth provides, that healing energy. Well, I'm glad you tuned in, Nikki. Thank you. If you would subscribe and like, that would help my channel grow. My deepest desire is to positively impact as many people in this world as I can, and keep holding that, and to travel. That's another deep desire, and it's beginning to happen. So I digress. Get out into Mother Earth and her gentle healing energy. If you can sit by some running water, and that doesn't necessarily mean, a river. It can be a fountain in a park. It can be a little tiny fountain on your desk. The fact that water is running, water is one of the most healing, cleansing energies we can be near. Or get out and get take your shoes off at lunchtime, get to a little patch of grass, put your feet there, utilize what Mother Earth is offering. And again, the Nine of Earth. And look at what she's doing. It looks like she's in prayer, because she is bringing in that spirit aspect of Earth. One of the things, another way you can enjoy Mother Earth is to ground yourself. I just take my attention and I move my attention down through my body, down into all the layers of the earth, right to the center. That is where that perfect balance energy lies. And I sit there. I've created in my mind the most beautiful place I can think of, uh, because that's what I desire. But that helps ground me, because when your energy goes down in through the earth, you create this grounding cord. So when you get there, attention wise, imagination wise, that's really where Creator can speak most powerfully to us, in our imagination. There aren't many ways that we willingly will allow Creator, the universe, the central sun, the great I am God, to talk to us. It is in our imagination. And again, that beginning to trust yourself is huge in this process of creation. And so this process of you doing you, letting others do them. So that 9 of earth, you get down there, you breathe in some of that perfect balance energy, you secure that cord of energy you created that grounded you there to something there. I choose to, wrap it around this huge crystalline boulder because those are the things I love. You can wrap it around a tree trunk, whatever is appropriate for you there. So the next card that's coming up is the Love of Dragons. So the shadow. So this is a huge clue. When people lash out at you, criticize you, tell you need to be doing something different, that you're not doing things just right, it will often trigger you into a shadow response, into that, oh my gosh, that is, I need to be different. I need to be better. There's something wrong with me. I've got to do something different here. Go into that for the healing of it. Wow. Something that's been coming to me over the last few days. And it's so funny because for years I've been taking in different aspects of different ways to work energy, to heal, to help people heal. We need to really do ourselves right now because there's so much healing available. And that is how we are going to fully expand and awaken into our highest version of what we came to do here. Our desires will then be flowing to us when we fully can accept them. When the shadow comes up, it's an opportunity to let something go again. And sometimes that's a really heavy process. It can really throw us into depression, sadness, anxiety. But when it does, you go in and say, what is it that we get to do with this? How can I use this for my highest and best good? So, what does that mean for you? It means that these shadows came up for your healing. And so you send them up. There are different ways to do your own healing. And what I started to say was that it has recently, finally, just come through the process that I'm bringing through, which is an amalgam of different things I've learned on how to heal ourselves. That doesn't mean that we won't occasionally need the energy of others to come in, but it means that you can do a huge volume of your own healing processes to keep you in that higher vibration of the task you brought in with this life, what you chose to do. So the shadows are indicators of things that we are holding that are standing in our way. If you don't get terribly personal, just the same with if you don't let someone else's opinion be taken in as truth for you, because it is only their opinion, then you can look at it and go, oh, yeah, I'm going to let that go. Absolutely, Nikki, for my highest and best. I'm going to let that go. I'm going to look at this, dissect why it affected me the way it did, and allow the healing of these energies to come through the receiver. That is what you are when you're in that place of, okay, so this is what they said. This is how it brought me into a feelingness. I almost said made me feel. Nobody makes us do anything. We always make a choice. Life is nothing but a series of choices we are making continuously. So it is, what did I choose to go to with this? Then you can choose to let that layer go. I recently learned in my own healing process. I was processing in the mountains, in nature, my favorite place to be in life. A very started out for me a very foreign energy that someone brought up in a healing for me. It was like, really? It was resentment. And it was like, gosh, I'm just not a real resentful type of person. But as I do with anything that's presented to me, I go, okay, what does that look like for me? And then I mull it over. That was in January. And probably about the 5th, 6th of July, this came up. It was the 6th, actually. Well, it's probably the 5th. The resentment came up, and I was able to see the volume of that energy and what it was doing inside me and where I was storing it. And so when we went to the mountains, I thought that was what I was going to release and process. And while it was, what I was shown is it was just one of the energies encapsulated in another like rock hard metal energy that was holding all of these other energies within it. The resentment was just a part of that. So when you are willing to open up to the possibility of you can do you, and that others, that's their opinion. Something I heard a long time ago was a question to ask yourself is, what does this have to do with my divine mission here? Then you can glean from it what you need and you can let go of the rest. And the likelihood is, if it is something or someone you know that constantly points out to you all that is wrong, you might just want to let them go and allow them to do their own thing. Open up space in your life for someone that's going to help you expand. The next card that came up was the 10 of Water. Very much a flow state of your psyche. Look at the third eye there. Look at that beautiful, peaceful color. Learning to flow with the truth of who you are, this very, very powerful soul being in a human body, allows you to receive so much more, more easily in this life of what you desire. Remember, what you desire desires you. So you want to allow these desires to come in and percolate, and especially for these next few days. And then as we're moving into the Lion's Gate, which is August 8th, you really want to focus on who you choose to be in this lifetime, what your deepest desires are. And, for me, getting into an incredibly deep conversation with someone is such a fulfilling thing. And my lovely friend Mickey and April here and Susan, this is what we do. But what is really fun is to enter into one of those. I mean, those are all fun, with someone I've never met before. And because those are really immediate divine appointments. And it is so fun. I mean, it's a grocery store. It's like a 5 minute when you realize you walk away and go, I'll probably never see them again. I'd really like to, but this is what we came together for right now in this lifetime. So the next card that came up is the Scribe. Oh, again, incredibly powerful spiritual card. This is the air card, the Scribe. This is absolutely the writing of what you are learning. And this doesn't mean you have to be a great writer. This means you jot down some things, because especially some of the hard things, the process of putting your thoughts onto paper is one way to release. For many of you who have followed me, I draw these mandalas. I mean, they're so simple, so healing, so powerful. They are a way to discharge energy. That's what the Scribe is doing. It can be for a book you're writing. It can be for the edification of others, but it is firstly a way for you to discharge and to get your thoughts down and to hold them so that you can look back. So I urge you to get a very cool journal and start writing what is the truth coming through for you. And sometimes it's really shitty truth. It's really not things that you want to play with. Those days, we left the 9th to go camping. So this started on the 5th, probably, when the awareness came up of the volume of resentment that I was holding inside me, which was just like, whoa, I had no idea. And so I was really grumpy for those next 4 days. And I was grumpy on the day we left for the mountains and we went to our 2 favorite places. They were both occupied. And immediately, which was fun, I went, well, maybe there's something better. It's like I knew they were going to be occupied. And here's another truth. Those places are places when I leave, it's like, I don't want to go. I want to build a little cabin here. This is where I want to live all year round. Those 2 places, as I was thinking about them in this resentment energy, I really no longer had that feeling about. And so that was probably why, I mean, it was a way for me to let go of them, but it was that I think there's something better. And oh my God, there absolutely was something better for us. And we found a few that are probably, going to be in our choices as we go up, because you can't reserve these, which is I'm fine with. I don't like the fact that you have to reserve campgrounds on one. And on the other hand, those people that work during the week that can't go anywhere, during the week, like those of us who are retired can, they need to have that time in nature as well. And I'm not a campground type of person anyway. So the next card that came up is the Sage. This is your inner wisdom. This is in reverse today. And what it's saying is, you are not trusting you enough. You are not trusting that wisdom that you are the keeper of, that you are the bringer through of. You want to get in that place. You want to learn more how to trust you in all of what is going on in your life, because you brought it to you in your resonance, in your vibration. And so you really want to begin to trust you and your conversation. Nikki, one of the mantras I teach and way I walk through the world is I am open, I'm willing, I'm ready, guide me. Because that is the easiest way. I don't want the how of this world. I want to be guided by my angels, my guides, companions. And that does not mean that they move us around the chessboard. It means they will give you inklings and awarenesses and taps on the shoulder when there are things coming into your field that can help make this walk just a little easier, help you expand and awaken more quickly. So begin to really trust that way of walking in the world. Embrace the internal mother. And this is the same thing. This is your personal healing aspect. This is the first time I've ever seen this card. This is Wild Women Rising deck. Embrace the internal mother, that one who can do your own personal healing. And, we all have pretty much a mother wound of some kind, maybe an early childhood wound. I think most of us do. You want to go back to that little person at that time in life, scoop them up and heal what was broken at that point. You can do that from this perspective within your choice point of going back there, and your imagination of going back, because it takes your energy back. You can heal your past. And again, this is you trusting you that you can do it. So embrace, I love this card, that white peacock, that very pure, lovely, lovely card. Embrace the internal mother. And then the last card today is gather your tribe. I love this, because this is how we are also going to work the healing, is with one another, with uplifting one another, responding to what's going on. I can get very internal and very quiet. I have a few groups, they've been the retreats, and a few of them are on here this morning that I've held. And I have some different groups in WhatsApp for the different retreats. And I love the fact that we're still going. And there are times when I just don't want to communicate with people, and I don't participate in that group for, periods of time. And then I do. We have to honor us. We have to honor what's going on with us and how we want to move forward. Trust yourself. Let them do what they're doing. You begin to love yourself, be who you were meant to be when you came into this world, grow that amazing soul aspect that you are, because then your vibration is higher, and what you're bringing to the world and offering to the world is more love, peace, ease, joy, healing, adventure, desires. What do you desire? What you desire desires you. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Victoria Savage, Nurse Savage, on your side, your wisdom guided oracle. Until we meet again.